Hi, everyone. Is this thing on? It has been a while. It's been a hot minute since we've done a Facebook Live. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great Sunday. As you can see, we let ourselves go a little bit for this month. This is No Shave November. We're on day 19.
Yep, day 19.
Some people cheated.
Not me.
No, I know. It wasn't you.
Not us.
Not us. Not us. We did not. Nope. We shaved Halloween night.
Yep. For me, it was about 9:30.
I did about 10:30, so it was like right before the new month. But hey, I don't want to waste a whole bunch of your time. We've got some storms that are coming in, and Alexis says I rarely get here fast enough to hear the music. Got me pumped up. It's a good little jam. I like the jam. So as you can see in the bottom of your screen, severe storms will be possible Monday morning, and we've been looking at this for a while now. This system.
Yeah, definitely defined on the models. But the whole question is, does that warm front reach us or does it stay south?
Will it go north or will it go south? Right?
Yeah.
That's like a song.
Is it?
Should I stay or should I go?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Probably that's what the warm front is. Will it go north or will it go south now? All right, let's take a look here at what we've got. First of all, you'll notice the severe weather risk. Now, this is the very latest day 2 convective outlook. Before that gets here, I think we're going to see some severe storms to our west tonight. In fact, more energy is moving in. You're really going to see an increase in the radar activity, and we've got a lot of storms that are on the way, and so be ready for that. And Sarah says, happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We'll get to the Thanksgiving forecast as well. But I do want to zip in here because I personally think what we're going to see tomorrow is this marginal threat gets shifted south a little bit.
I think so too, Dan. The latest model trends have been showing the instability, not quite making it.
Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be making it far enough north. We'll get into that as well, and we'll take a look. But let's look at the latest day 2 convective outlook threats. So we've got a tornado potential. You'll notice how it's on the very low side. It's what we call a 2%, 2% above climatology. For this time of the year is not terrible, but definitely it's not substantial either. But then you go farther south, and you got some more significant severe storms in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. Vance says, gobble, gobble until you wobble. Ain't that the truth with Thanksgiving?
Some good advice.
Now, what about you? I know you love staying healthy. Do you splurge a little bit on a Thanksgiving meal?
I would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like this. I like this.
I think you should overindulge every once in a while.
It's the new Zach. This is great.
I mean, not every week.
Not every week.
Once in a blue moon.
So Roby says it's raining in southwest Missouri. It absolutely is. In fact, there's the latest satellite and radar. You can see that energy that's moving in. If we look at what's happening on the satellite and radar and we zoom out here a little bit more, this was the very latest surface map. I'm going to have to update this before our 10 o'clock news, but I think that low looks like it's probably right about there. Warm front's probably right about there. Cold front's making its way eastward. And so there's going to be a narrow warm sector where we're in between the warm front and the cold front. This is where your warm sector is. And so if we look at the severe weather risk for tonight, lo and behold, there it is, right along and south of the warm front. That's where we have that potential for storms to our west tonight. So that is a marginal threat for storms, western Sequoia, southwestern Delaware County. What about the rest of our night, though? Let's take you through this on the future track model. So things are going to get a little active. You're going to hear some rumbles of thunder. I've got the precipitation tie on. Don't have the lightning tie on yet, but I think Josh Rugger, when he gets in tomorrow, he's going to be seeing quite a bit of lightning on the radar. So here's what we've got on the future track. We'll take our camera off the screen so you can see what we're talking about. So there's the wave that comes in, and we're going to show you all the reasoning behind this. But this wave's pretty stout, and Zach, it's been on our radar for over a week now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's originally it was looking like it might come in right over us. Now it's shifted south a little bit, and that's what happens over time, which is why you can't go a week out and say we will see severe storms from this. Yeah, the potential is there, but will the system be a little south? And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think at this time last week we had 30%.
Yeah, 30% for the rain.
Yeah,
or severe.
Or just for storms.
Yeah, we
just
didn't
for storms.
Yeah, just for storms. So we bumped that up obviously to 80, 90% now.
Yeah.
And here's why. Watch what happens in the morning. Oh, yeah. We're gonna go through that again real kind of slow. This is when the bulk of the energy comes in. If there are any tornadoes tomorrow in our weather coverage area, they would be in LaFleur and Scott County. So we're talking extreme southern sections of our weather coverage area, not necessarily around here in Northwest Arkansas or the Benton and Washington County area. I just don't think we have the warm front lifting that far north. But over time, you can see those storms moving northward. They're elevated. They will produce heavy rain at times. And then that wave of energy starts to shift east. Now, that's a zoomed in view. Zach, what do you say we take a longer, wider view?
Definitely. Now, what the question is, are you buying that intensity with that precip? That looks like some pretty heavy rain.
I do buy it. And the reason I buy it is because you can see the system moving in. So this is a little bit more of a zoomed out view. Look at that energy swinging in from Oklahoma. So there it is, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I think there will be enhanced precipitation rates. Then you can see it shifting east. Now look at what's happening to our south. That's where the bulk of the energy is. And I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit because it's got that weird view. So what we'll do is we'll get that view off of there. And so now you can see those storms popping up and quite a bit of activity over Louisiana and southern Arkansas. And also you can see the surface low because you see all those isobars essentially. That's exactly where the center of the low is. And then we get the wrap around colder weather. It's going to be chilly on Tuesday, isn't it, Zach?
And windy.
Yeah. So that's one view. I'm going to give you another thing. I actually made this. This is a surface map. And sometimes Zach, making these surface maps can be a little challenging.
Yeah, I made one last night. It wasn't as good as this one.
Well, that's all right.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Strive for perfection.
That's all right. Just like me in the weight room, trying to work out the sets and have perfect form, right?
Yeah.
Don't want to skimp on the form.
Not easy making these.
No, these are not easy, but this really will tell the weather story. So over time, here's what takes place. There's the warm front, a dry line, cold front. That all makes its way eastward. Now, we also have this dotted line that you see to the north. That is called a trough of low pressure. Then you'll see that trough kind of swinging through. Now, that's where most of our storms will be. Those will be elevated in nature. But watch this warm front as it makes its way in. That's where some of those storms could be surface-based, along and south of that warm front, which you'll notice doesn't really make it into Northwest Arkansas. So what does that mean? Some heavy rain potentially at times for Northwest Arkansas, but the greater severe weather threat and the stronger storms are going to be, I think, southern Arkansas and especially Louisiana. So that's a zoomed in view, and then we get that wraparound that takes place, and then the system lifts out. There's the secondary wave. That's what makes it really chilly on Tuesday.
Yeah, because of that wave, I don't think cloud cover clears out Tuesday. It's going to be cloudy, windy, chilly day Tuesday.
Yeah. And look, there's more clouds that happen too.
Yeah.
So that's just right before Thanksgiving. Well, we'll get into the Thanksgiving forecast. And if you guys have any, let me know if you have any questions about the weather. So here is the 2-day forecast timeline. Well, we got mid to upper 50s. You definitely have the rain chances popping up. And there's no doubt there's going to be widespread rain and storms. Right now, we're already starting to see some of that development to the west, but we still don't have the main energy, as we'll point out here in just a bit. So there's that 24-hour forecast, or 48-hour, 2-day. And there you see the lack of rain and storms Tuesday afternoon, but it will be chilly.
Oh, yeah.
So here is a look at the 2-day precipitation forecast in Northwest Arkansas. There's the best chance for rain. It's in the morning into the late morning. Then it drops off. We'll probably have to knock this out right here. 3, 5 p.m. That's
probably not.
That's not going to happen.
Nope.
But a little bit of light rain in the morning, potentially, some sprinkles, some drizzle. Cloud cover is going to stick around, but not necessarily measurable precipitation. All right, let's get into the meat of the forecast besides tomorrow into Tuesday. It's the Thanksgiving weekend. So there's that system lifting out, moving out. Wednesday, busiest travel day of the year, is looking great. No problems at all. But see this little system to the south? This has been introduced, and I think there's going to be a little bit of light rain that pops up on Thanksgiving.
Now that thinking is brand new because
Yeah.
yesterday I was not seeing that. So now the models are kind of showing a system moving in for Thanksgiving. I mean, like the main energy is further south of us,
Yeah.
but we might see a few showers with that.
Do you believe it?
Well, that system is a lot of energy coming in south of us. So I mean, if that holds true, then I do believe it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to see.
So then after that moves out, look at what's happening to our west.
That is snow.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's pretty interesting. So and as a matter of fact, Bo, this is what you're looking at right now. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube saying we're going to get hit by a snowstorm or snowstorm the weekend after Thanksgiving. Is that true? Well, here we are in that time frame, so that's perfect timing for that question. So here's the thing. I think there will be winter precipitation to our west, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle, where yours truly might be for this Thanksgiving. I might be sending Zach pictures of snow. But there you see that system moving through, and then you can see it lifting northeast. And notice how there's not a whole lot of winter weather for us. Well, that's one model, and this will be updating here later on tonight. So one of the reasons we're not really mentioning the winter weather potential at this point is, Zach, what's the reason?
It's far out.
It's far out. So when it's long far out, what does that mean?
It means that we get more errors in the because the model is just the equation that's being answered and answered a bunch of times, and the more times they answer it, the more errors there are.
Yep.
So, and that was just one model, but a different model, the GFS America model, kind of painting a different picture, showing a little bit more activity.
So, and that's one that is not the best. Typically, it's not the best model. I mean, really, honestly, no model is great. They're guidance. We try to use them as guidance. But look at this here. There's the future track. Here's a look at the system coming in Thanksgiving. So it also has it potentially. We'll show you the vorticity maximums. There's the snow out west. But here's the difference. This kind of opens up into a wave. There's precipitation Sunday. So if there's going to be winter weather, it would be Saturday night and into Sunday.
I think so.
That's what I think personally. Yeah. And we're not talking about anything super major at this point, just because this is not a textbook classic heavy snow event. It's just not. We need a large system from the southwest. Instead, this is a little piece of energy, as of now at least. But I do think there's going to be some precipitation squeezed out Sunday. I really do.
Yeah, there's a lot of subtle energy moving in.
And so there you see that system. In fact, this is even updated from what it was earlier.
Yeah, looks like it.
Now it's a little bit farther north.
Yeah.
So these tracks of the lows are going to shift north and south. And so Melissa says, well, hey, strangers. I know it has been a while, Melissa. And one of the reasons is the weather's been quiet.
Yeah,
so
it's been real nice.
There's been times I wanted to do a Facebook Live, but at the same time, it's like, well, there's really nothing going on.
Yeah.
So we're just doing this, obviously, when the weather gets a little more active. So then that system moves out, and then we're pretty quiet with everything. But let's take a look at the vorticity here. This will give you an idea of the next several days. So what you're looking at here are the spins in the atmosphere. And oh my goodness, that's a strong system. So let me show you this on the water vapor. We can see this before we get into all the vorticity and stuff like that. You can see that system diving in. Look at it digging. Whoa, look at it digging at the very end. What I mean by digging is you can see how it's dropping south. So here's the water vapor. There's the system that's moving in. There's the upper level spin. We take the track of that. That goes across the Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle, the Red River area. That's where the warm front drags, and then it moves east, and then it rips to the northeast. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So that's the system there that's coming through. And tornado threat will be very real in Louisiana and Mississippi, Wyatt. If you're wondering, tornado threat around here, it's questionable if it will be. It'll be southern LaFleur County and Scott County, and it would be around 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
I think so, too.
Okay. So there's that system that's moving in, and then you can see the upper level system moving east, and then it kind of races out. So that's a look at the water vapor. We'll look at the energy, so you can see that energy digging. And then you can see that system kind of ramping up. And notice how the bulk of the energy moves out. So there's a lot of other extra energy that you can see that's in the southwestern United States and into Mexico. Well, guess what? That same system gets absorbed, and then that's what lifts north.
What do you know? It kind of hangs out in that Baja region.
So it makes sense. The Baja Blast, right?
That's the Baja Blast.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, though?
And then it moves northeast. Yeah. Because it's always ahead. You got to remember, you see that you see that vorticity, and you're thinking, oh, that's when the rain is coming in. Like, for instance, I see this, and it's right over me right here Friday morning, but it's already gone by then.
Yeah,
it's ahead of it.
Because you get the upper level diffluence.
Yeah, that's where you get the lift. Blaze, we're going to look at that here in just a second on the hail threat and the hail potential. I think there could be some small hail in northwest Arkansas, but we're not talking about anything bigger than quarters.
Yeah, and the elevated storms.
Yeah. So there is that energy that swings through, and then look at that, more energy next week. So looking pretty active for sure. Here's the GFS model. Let it load so you can see. Okay, GFS, there's the big system. Yeah, and it becomes positive tilt. And as it becomes positive tilt, it picks back up. There's the precipitation for Thanksgiving. I'm starting to believe that a little bit more and more.
Yeah.
And then look, there's another piece of energy. So we're starting to get more active. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, Deanna said you're looking good in the facial hair.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, appreciate it. It's keeping us warm. We haven't really had to have that. It was pretty nice yesterday. Man, what a gorgeous day it was.
Yeah, bright sun, light breeze. Can't beat that.
All right. So Shanna says, worried about my daughter driving home to Texas late Monday. Well, let's take a look. I think Texas, it depends where it is at in Texas. But, I mean, here's the deal. If you're driving to East Colorado, West Kansas, those are areas that I would be concerned about. Even the Texas Panhandle, where I'm going. But other than that, I wouldn't be really all that worried about it, because you can see that system just really isn't going to drop really far south. And the GFS has the most. That looks like a pretty good snowstorm for us. Oh, Fort Worth? Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, wait, maybe she's talking about late Monday tomorrow.
Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe. She could be talking about tomorrow. Let me know, Shanna, if you're talking about tomorrow or if you're talking about a week from Monday after Thanksgiving. Tomorrow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, there's going to be some storms, but the severe weather risk mainly organizes a little bit to the east. So here's a look. And personally, I think this is going to be extended back to the west a little bit. But Fort Worth isn't even in the severe weather risk, according to this. And the day one is not even close. So that's just general thunderstorms. So again, what we'll do is we'll go back to that long range. And I just really wouldn't be worried about it. Let's go to a wider view here. So here's the extended HRRR. I'm going to zoom out here. Okay. Yeah. See how everything forms east of Dallas? And that makes sense with the dry line and the front moving east. So it's going to be close, but I think it's a little east of Dallas that stuff pops up.
Yeah, especially by Monday night.
Yeah. So by Monday night, everything will be gone, and she'll be driving in some wind, but nothing super major. So not too bad there. But that's kind of what we're looking at there. All right. So yeah, as far as snow is concerned, let's just do this real quick, just for people that are on here. Got some people that are on here wondering. Zach's like, "What are you gonna do? What's going on? What are you
Snow
doing?"
accumulation.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do just the long range model and the wide view.
I'm game.
You game?
I'm game for that.
Let's see what it is. Now remember, this is just. Let's see here.
GFS probably shows more.
Snow Okay, here we go. Without the legend. We're going to put what? That's supposed to be without the legend. And it's got the legend on there. Okay, so here we go. This is what we've got coming in for Thanksgiving. It's to the north. There it is coming in. There it is snowing. And oh, wow, it already shows. Where did that come from? So it's Saturday night and a Sunday morning, just like what we said. Trace, a dusting, if that. And then it's pretty much gone. So that's the snow for the European. Your GFS model snow. Let's see if this has got a mix on there too. This will have ice totals. Let's see if there's any type of ice accumulation. I don't think there is, but yeah, like 1/100th. That's all it has in Fayetteville. That's it. Ice and snow. All right, so one more thing here.
It's a good graphic, though.
Yeah, kind of cool.
I like that
I
one.
mean, because you don't always just have snow. It's most of the time a lot of winter weather too.
Yeah.
So let's go with the GFS. I'm looking for it here. This is not in alphabetical. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's barely anything, too. And you can see that's absolutely nothing wrong. But look at where we're at.
You're going to be, what is that, 4 to 6?
Yeah. Might be
Yeah, and you're going to be driving back during that, right?
Well, maybe.
Sunday?
Maybe, Zach, you might be on your own Sunday.
Might be on my own. Hey, I can handle it.
You can handle it. He's got it. He's going to hold down the fort just a smidge. I mean, here's the deal. You look at that, you got to subtract about a ½ inch to an inch. So that would give you a less than,
yeah, because
0.8 of an inch.
These miles, what is it doing? The 10 to 1?
Yeah, they're always overdone.
Ratio.
They're always overdone.
Yeah.
But honestly, what I do believe is that we will see some wintry precipitation. It makes sense that we see wintry precip on Saturday night and Sunday morning here. Yeah. While it's going to not cause a lot of issues, at least at this point, it will be colder. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, temperature is well below freezing during the morning. So the frost back in the windshields.
Yeah. Yep. Frost on the windshields. Now, what about that hail potential for tomorrow? So let's look at the other potential. So if we look at the tornado threat, you can see that it's definitely higher to the north of us. I mean, to the south, excuse me. And then we get to the hail potential, and it's pretty much right along that warm front. Most likely thing for us will be damaging wind potential. So hail threat is going to be limited just because we just don't have a lot of instability with that system. So 1 or 2 severe storms possible. I personally think that this marginal risk is going to shift south by tomorrow morning.
I think so too, because this morning
Arkansas.
Like if you look at the warning last night, it was well south of us, and then this morning they really bumped it up north.
Yeah. Deer stew. Whoa, man! I bet. You ever had deer stew before?
No.
It's pretty good. Man.
I don't think I've ever even had
deer chili. So when does the news start? It starts after Sunday night football, and it looks like this game is almost wrapping up already, unless Denver scores. But there's no way they can tie. Five points. I think we're pretty safe on the tie. You're welcome, Roby, and I hope everybody else is doing well. Any other questions here? I'll let this go 5 more minutes. We'll let it go 30, so exactly a ½ hour. Oh, Donna, I mentioned deer and Jasper. So severe weather potential pretty much non-existent for you in terms of tornado potential. I just don't think it makes it to Newton County.
Yeah.
You'll be fine there. You will get rain. There's no doubt about that. You'll get some storms, possibly some elevated storms. Other than that, maybe about a ½ inch of rain, I'd say.
½ inch, maybe up to 1 inch.
Maybe up to 1 inch.
Probably just ½ inch.
Now, what's your thoughts about this winter coming up, Zach? Putting you on the spot.
Well, we did the persimmon seeds, and we had a lot of spoons.
We also had some knives too.
We had a few knives.
There's a few knives.
What the spoons means, you have to dig yourself out of that snow.
What I don't understand is if there's things that are showing that Maybe it won't be a bad winter because it's El Nino, and sometimes El Ninos are pretty mild winters. Why are there
Yeah.
squirrels going nuts? Have you seen a lot of squirrels gathering nuts and acorns and all that stuff? And
Nah,
and
I haven't. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, I have
yeah,
noticed that. Yeah,
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 they
a little bit.
are. Squirrels know something is up, man. They are like
They know that
they are running around trying to
you
get
gotta
a stockpile of
stock up
yeah,
for the winter time.
stock up for the winter.
So does that mean it's going to be a longer winter or a more intense winter?
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah. Yeah, Larry, I saw the axe too, the pickaxe persimmon seed. I don't know exactly what that means. That means
Pickaxe?
yeah, looked like an axe. Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
Yep. The persimmon seed. I saw someone else post that.
Those persimmon seeds kind of hard to get into.
They are, man. You got to have a little bit of a workout for sure.
Yeah, Dan did that live on the air. Gotta give you props.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it after the show. I was having some hard time, but I eventually got the hang of it. Got to get the pliers and
You
knife.
do. I mean, a lot of people try to
Yeah.
hold them in their hands. Ooh, not a good idea. No.
You'd be in the hospital.
So, real quick recap, just a little Clip Notes version. There's the system moving in. Wow, look at that energy. Holy cow. And then you can see on the back side of it, look at the jet dropping. So you know that there's more energy coming in. Look at that. You can
And
really
you can see it deepening, and that's a sign of strength.
Yep.
Too.
So with the deepening, and it's already basically on the same latitude as us, that's going to be working its way south and continuing to go south. Did you know that Alaska, a city in Alaska, will not see the sun until January? Can you imagine that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
set for the last time tonight.
Wow. So you gotta get that vitamin D.
Ooh, man, could you imagine that? Not seeing the sun for?
I
Guess
mean,
you'd sleep good.
It's gotta affect your health.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel the best if I get up in the morning and first thing I do is get sun.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Luke? Hope you're doing well. Our horse and mules already have a thick coat. Kim, did y'all just say snow? We did for the Texas Panhandle. Around here, just maybe some snowflakes, some flurries. We just can't go anywhere above that yet. There's just too much uncertainty.
Maybe a grassy surface dusting if you get lucky.
Yeah, on higher elevations and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the impacts from it looking pretty small.
Look pretty cold though. Look at this.
That's
likely colder than normal. And I think that's about it. I think there's nothing else to give you. The 7-day. Guess we can give you part of the 7-day. We'll go through the rest of it tonight. But there's a look at the 5-day forecast. So clearly we have storm chances tomorrow. Models are all over the place. Yeah, They sure are. Yeah, no, they're not handling the ridging very well and all of the trough breakdown and all that stuff. They're just not.
Yeah, especially late next week.
And there's good reason why. I mean, it's a complicated forecast. There's a lot going on. So
very subtle energy.
Subtle energy, a lot of positive tilt. Positive tilt means you don't know exactly the speed of the system. So if we come back here, there's the energy coming in for next week. And that just really doesn't favor a whole lot of big snow for us. It just doesn't. That's just it's more winter weather in terms of icing and stuff, like in terms of sleet, rather than snow for us. It's just a positive tilt that could really lead to some winter weather in terms of wintry mix, not really necessarily snow. Just doesn't really pan out.
And sometimes the ice has the worst effects on the roads.
Oh yeah,
it definitely does.
I'll show you this DMA extra. Let's see what the GFS does for. Yeah, I mean, very, very little.
Half-inch tire terrain.
Yep. So I don't think that's going to happen. All right, guys. Well, that's 30 minutes plus a minute, but I think that about sums it up. So again, rain, storms overnight tonight. You'll hear rumbles of thunder tomorrow morning. Severe weather potential, very limited for Northwest Arkansas. Not out of the question, not completely zero, but a lot lower than the River Valley. And you work your way south of I-40, you get into southern Washington or southern southern LaFleur, southern Scott County.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to have the severe weather potential.
Usual culprits.
Yep. Usual culprits. And then, Denver. You have any? How you doing on fantasy, by the way?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's gonna check it
Haven't
out.
checked all day.
It's been too busy crunching the numbers, forecasting wise.
Exactly. Yeah. Tough forecast.
It is.
All the subtle energy. Ooh, it's close. I'm up by like 6.
His
So let's see.
his name is Any Given Gill Day.
Yeah.
He loves Any Given Sunday as
Yeah.
a movie.
So I got the Chiefs kicker going
Oh,
tomorrow,
wow.
and then Pacheco, is that his name?
Yep.
Running back tomorrow night, and I'm ahead by 6 points.
And who do they have?
He has
Wait a minute, this is Brandon?
yeah.
Oh, you gotta take him down.
Yep.
Gotta take
Close
him down.
game. Too close for comfort.
Yeah.
I lost last week, so I got to come back.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Josh Rugger will be in with the latest, and he'll let you know if those storms are becoming severe. We'll watch them too, obviously, and
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to be super bad. Oh, timeline for tomorrow's storms, just in case someone just hopped on there asking about that. Aaron probably just joining on, so I think that's a good thing to show. Here's the timeline. Again, the rain chances bumping up after midnight, really crank up around sunrise and shortly after. Get that comment off there so you can see the timing at the bottom of the screen. So if I kind of lay this out for you, you'll see what I'm talking about. And we'll kind of go through the time. So midnight tonight, yes, we have rain, and it bumps up to 80%, but then it drops off, goes down to 40, and then 20, and then we got to remove this.
Yeah. It's just the
2
model.
to 6, we're just not really having, maybe some sprinkles or something like that. So
the model putting in a 10%.
So there's your timeline, Aaron. That's the rain chances. River Valley, very similar. The only difference is we're bumping it up to 90%. So here's the River Valley forecast. You get to see that goes up to 90%.
Briefly 90%. Remember, late morning, early afternoon.
That's the most likely time. That's when the energy swings in. So
Yeah.
you can really see that. And there's a lot of it. But the instability just really doesn't make it here. There was that instability graphic that I can show too.
Yeah, it's a good graphic.
Yeah. I think I might actually use that on the air tonight. So here's the Cape. So there's the Cape out west. That's the convective available potential energy. See how it drops southeast? Kind of nudges into LaFleur and Scott. That's the only place that we'll kind of see that severe weather risk.
Yeah, and this model has been going back and forth.
It's a little farther north now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little farther north now.
And then it's gone. So that's that. Let's see if we have Sig Tor parameter. Ready? What do you think?
Not much.
Nothing. Yeah. Not around here for sure. However, if we go out a little bit, I'll show you what it looks like there. Oh yeah, that drops off quick. Drops off quick. The Sig Hail parameter. Here's the Sig Hail. This probably won't even make it in Northwest Arkansas. Nothing. Well, there it goes. It's updating. She gone. Yeah. Just no instability. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. Zach, you won't. He'll be off.
Nope, I'll be off.
Yeah. Enjoy your time off. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow.